I'm gonna be completely frank with you guys. I'm not an MMO guy. I know. I've tried to get into MMOs on several occasions. I played World of Warcraft with friends back in middle school. I love the Elder Scrolls series, so I tried Elder Scrolls Online, and most recently I've tried Final Fantasy XIV. But none of those games, along with many others that I've tried, have managed to pull me in and truly get me invested in the world or gameplay. The typical MMO combat system is just too dull for my liking, and I never feel like the quests really go anywhere. There's no point where you really feel like you're making any impact on the world. I don't know, MMOs just feel like endless grind fests with no payoff, so none of them have been able to hold my attention for very long. That being said, there's one MMO that I've been playing on and off for nearly 10 years now, and that game is none other than DC Universe Online. The game was released on PC and PS3 a full 10 years ago in January 2011, and was developed by Dimensional Ink Games, a studio known for DC Universe Online, and DC Universe Online. Yeah. The game was made with the help of a few veterans from the popular MMO EverQuest, and started development in 2008. Apparently DCO's earlier builds were heavily inspired by Radical Games' Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, and those inspirations can definitely be felt in the final game. When you first start out the game, you get this freaking epic cutscene. You got Black Adam squaring off against the Green Lantern, and then Adam yells Shazam, and it goes boom, and then Deathstroke is tying up Batman, but then Joker doesn't like that, so boom, he shoots Deathstroke and Batman, and then Superman is there, and he's pissed, and he beats up Adam for exploding his friends, and it's just cool, okay? Nowadays, this CGI showcase is nothing that special. We've seen these characters interact with even better graphical fidelity in the Injustice games, and we've seen many of them make the transition to live action to varying levels of success. But when this game came out, we had never seen anything like this outside of the cartoons and comics. And it also gives us the closest this game has to an overarching plot. Basically, the story goes that Lex was able to devise a plan to work together with other villains such as Cersei, Black Adam, and many others to finally take down Superman and the Justice League once and for all. What Lex didn't account for is that with the Justice League out of the way, Brainiac was able to take over the world with little resistance. So Lex traveled back in time, don't ask how, to warn the Justice League of Brainiac's impending attack and release Brainiac's exobytes into Earth's atmosphere, thus giving ordinary people all around the globe superpowers and ushering in a new age of superheroes and supervillains. No real elaboration into how these exobytes did this or how this will stop Brainiac, considering he pretty much never shows up again, but hey, it's the thought that counts, I guess. So from here you customize your character, choosing your alignment, fighting style, and superpowers before escaping from Brainiac's ship and being thrust into this game's open world. From here, most of what you'll be doing is what you do in every MMO. Take quests from NPCs, collect loot, and level up your character.
But now as a superhero!
Now, there's one very important thing in this game that helped keep me interested longer than most MMOs that I've played, and that would be the combat. In most MMOs, the combat is relatively hands-off, with your only input being selecting the enemy and pressing hotkeys to use abilities or items. But DC Universe Online controls more like a typical beat-em-up or action game, with inputs for close-range attacks and long-range attacks respectively. And as you level up, you unlock more combos and special moves for you to utilize in combat. It's still not the most advanced or engaging combat system in the world, but it adds just enough to keep a dumb action junkie like me invested. As for the open world, there are two main hub areas in this game, Gotham and Metropolis. Maybe it's just the fact that I tend to play as flying characters in this game, but the city goes by pretty quickly. But if you're not playing as a flying character and are observing the finer details of the world, well, it's not too pretty. Yeah, suffice to say this game has not aged well graphically. I think it probably looked fine for a 2011 MMO, but now, oh my gosh, this looks like trash. As for things you can do in the world outside of doing odd jobs for the Justice League, well, you can stop petty criminals, participate in PvP or PvE events with other players. You can even fly through rings. Oh boy, I love flying through Yeah, the overworld is kinda boring, but I still spend a lot of time just messing around and role-playing as a superhero. That's actually something I wanted to test out with my most recent playthrough. I wanted to see if I could realistically put myself in the shoes of a character of my own creation and feel like a cowboy. I mean, Spider-Man. I mean, my very own superhero. Yeah. For this experiment, I decided to create the story of Sunny Eclate, the daughter of my first ever character that I made in this game. She starts out as a rebellious street-level vigilante, but throughout her adventures accepts her role as a hero and slowly transforms into a shining symbol of hope. Her backstory may or may not have been inspired by Jolene Cujo. Did it work? Well, with some imagination on my part, yes. I managed to slowly build this character and tell a story with each piece of gear I collected, giving tiny headcanons to every equipment. After a while, I actually grew pretty attached to this character of mine, and now want to do something with her in the future. In all honesty, this game isn't that incredible as far as MMOs are concerned, but I feel we all have that one video game that's just kinda junk food. A game that we all know is crap, but we just keep playing just because it's comforting. DC Universe Online is absolutely my junk food, and I think you guys should give it a try. Seriously. Get some friends on a Discord call, form a party, make up your own goofy characters with edgy backstories, and see what you think. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like and become a pyromaniac yourself by subscribing. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.